Hey, what are you doing? Still doing it?
Nothing. I cleaned your costumes. They're all hanging in your room. I also got that coconut water you wanted, and I didn't stay. What?
I can't remember if I thanked you.
For what?
All of it. You've been doing a great job. What is that?
What?
That smell. Look at me. Look at me.
That.
Look at me. You gotta be shitting me. Where is it?
Try to relax. Let's not do this, please.
What is this?
It's chunky peanut butter.
This.
It's pot. It's pot, Dad. Okay.
I can't believe you're doing
Please
this.
try to relax.
Relax? What are you doing
I'm
here?
protecting myself from cataracts.
You can't do this to me.
To you?
Shut up. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're talking about yourself. What else is new?
Listen, I'm trying to do something important here.
This is not important.
It's important to me, all right? Maybe not to you or your cynical playmates whose sole ambition is to end up going viral or...
This is not important.
Sorry.
Who the fuck is that? Yeah, just stick with it. Stick with it.
The generation that's stopped talking to one another.
Hey, why don't we start over again? Let's start.
Yeah.
Okay, whenever you're ready.
Camera rolling.
What are you still doing here?
Nothing. Nothing. I cleaned up all of your costumes. They're hanging in your room.
Great.
I also got that coconut water you wanted.
Hey.
It's in the fridge. What?
I'm not sure if I thanked you.
For what?
All of you. You're doing a great job. And Ben.
Yes.
So I just wanted to say that. What is that?
What?
That smell.
I don't smell anything.
Look at me. Look at me.
That.
You gotta be shitting me. Where is it?
Okay, can we please not do this?
What is this?
It's chunky peanut butter. It's actually full of omega.
This.
It's pot. It's pot, Ben.
Sam.
Can you please just try to relax?
Relax?
Okay, calm
What
down.
are you
It's
doing
just-
here?
I'm protecting myself from cataracts.
You can't do this to me.
To you? To you?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're talking about yourself. What else is new?
Don't try to...
What? Make this about me? I wouldn't fucking dream of it.
Listen to me, I'm trying to do something important here.
This is not important.
It's important to me, all right? Maybe not to you or your cynical playmate friends whose sole ambition is to end up going viral, and by the way, who will only be remembered as a generation that stopped talking to one another. But to me, this is God! This is my career! This is my chance to do some work that actually means something!
Means something to who? You had a career before the third comic book movie. Before everyone started to forget who was inside that bird costume. And now you're doing a play that's based on a book that was written 60 years ago for 1,000 rich old white people whose only real concern is going to be, where do we go to have cake and coffee when it's over? Nobody gives a shit but you, Dad. And let's face it, you're not doing this for the sake of art. You're doing this because you just want to feel relevant again. Well, guess what? There's a whole world out there where people fight to be relevant every day, and you act like it doesn't even exist. Things are happening in a place that you willfully ignore. A place that, by the way, has already fucking forgotten about you. I mean, who the fuck are you, Dad? Who are you? You hate bloggers. You make fun of Twitter. You don't even have a Facebook page. You're the one who doesn't exist. And you're doing this Because you're scared to death, just like the rest of us, that you don't matter. Guess what, Dad? You're right. You don't. You don't. You don't matter. This is not important. And you're not important. So get used to it.
Cruel. You seem overly cruel to your father. I mean, you seem overly to me. I know the material, but you seem overly cruel.
I agree. Yeah.
Don't you think? You agree?
I agree. There are two ways of playing it.
You beat him. You beat him real fast. Can you hold it down? You beat him real fast. Now, maybe you're caving in too soon. I don't know, but I think you gotta. Can we hold it down?
Out of rage, and it doesn't make me as vicious and evil as I am. But we tried a different
You ever
way.
unloaded on somebody and said your fucking life is meaningless and you're meaningless and your fucking career was meaningless and here you are an old man? Fuck yourself. That's a mean thing to do to somebody. You do it to the wrong person to kill themselves. I mean, that's a fucking vicious thing. You're fucked up, you're meaningless, the world has passed you by, you're obsolete, you'll never be relevant again. Fuck yourself, you're an asshole. And your work was meaningless when you did it. When you thought you were important, you weren't important. You know, I think you got to think about when you do that kind of shit to somebody. Make her feel small. What? Make her feel small. Okay. Yeah. All right. Then we're gonna try it again. Okay.
I just cleaned your costumes. They're all hanging in your room. I also got that coconut water you wanted, and it's in the fridge.
Hey.
And I can. What?
I can't remember if I said thank you.
For what?
All of it. You did a great job. And I've been...
Yeah.
So I just wanted to say that. What is that?
What?
That smell.
I don't smell anything.
Look at me. Look at me.
Dad.
You gotta be shitting me. Where is it?
Please, okay, can we please not do this, please? Okay, no, stop.
What is it? What is this?
It's chunky peanut butter. It's actually full of really good.
This.
It's pot. It's pot, Dad.
Sam,
Okay, can you please try to relax?
what are you trying to do here?
I'm just protecting myself from cataract.
You can't do this to me.
To you?
Shut up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
you're
about.
talking about yourself. What else is new?
Don't try to.
What, make this about me? For once? No, I wouldn't fucking dream of it. Don't worry.
Listen to me. This is important.
This is not important.
It's important to me, all right? Maybe not to you and your cynical playmate friends whose sole ambition is to end up going viral, but and who's going to be remembered as the generation that stopped talking to one another. But to me, this is God. This is my chance to do something that actually means something, all right?
Means something to who, Dad? You had a career before the third comic book movie. Before people began to forget who was inside that bird costume. And now you're doing a play that's based on a book that was written 60 years ago for South and rich old white people whose only real concern is going to be where to go to have their cake and coffee when it's over. Nobody gives a shit but you, Dad. And let's face it, you're not doing this for the sake of art. You're doing this because you just want to feel relevant again. Well, guess what? There's a whole world out there where people fight to be relevant every day and you act like it doesn't even exist. Things are just happening in a place that you willfully ignore, a place that has already forgotten about you. I mean, who the fuck are you? You hate bloggers, you make fun of Twitter, you don't even have a Facebook page, Dad. You're doing this because you're scared to death like the rest of us that you don't matter. Well, guess what? You're right, you don't matter, this is not important, you're not important, get fucking used to it.
What do you guys think?
Much different. Much different.
You know, I asked Tom what I should do, and he said, be better.
Well, it's good advice. But Marie really unloaded on you. You really let him have it.
It wasn't mean. It just
It wasn't
happened.
mean. It wasn't mean.
Yeah.
It wasn't mean-spirited. Go ahead, Isabella.
I have a question.
Work as actors. You don't know why it's better. It just is better. I'd be hard pressed to explain to you why I was good or bad in a movie. It's not mathematics. It's not 2 + 2 = 4. You know, these are emotions and feelings. And in your own life, you very rarely do you know exactly what happened here. When you think about your life and things you've done in your life and things you've been through and what happened here, I mean, it's puzzling. You know, life is puzzling. Especially these interpersonal relationships between daughter and father. And the shit you see in movies is important and in place. So they did some adjustments and it was just better. She's terrific. Anyway, she and Jim are going to do a scene that I think is they did a couple weeks ago.
Is it
we're
news
doing
to you? Yeah, we're going to do it again.
Oh, wow.
If we can remember it.
Yeah, right now?
Louisville Playbook, Volume 3. It's called Poison. We've done it before, so enjoy it. Ready?
Yep.
Hey, Chuck, I'm going to back up a little bit. Give me a room.
Thank you.
Okay, let's hold the stop, please. Stop turning around.
Camera rolling.
Is he gone?
Yes.
You want a drink?
No, I'm good.
I want a drink.
I'll have one.
I will.
Well,
I went to 7-Eleven. I got some ice cream. I didn't know what else to do.
you didn't have to leave the house.
What'd you want me to do? Wait in the living room while you put on his fucking pants?
Oh,
Of course I went to 7-Eleven, for Christ's sake. It's raspberry ribble.
oh.
Are you hungry? I mean, you want some? It's past its due date.
Where'd you buy it then?
I had to do something.
Why didn't you buy potato chips, chocolate?
I didn't want potato chips. I wanted a drink. I wanted a drink all day. That's why I came home.
For a drink?
I've come home early before.
I know, you should have called.
I've come home early before.
I know.
I haven't called.
I know, but it's never mattered before.
Oh, don't try to fucking tell me this is the first.
It is.
Bullshit!
It is. In our bed, it is.
Is he wearing a condom?
Yes.
One of mine? I don't believe you.
What difference does it make?
You don't think it
He
makes
was wearing a condom.
my condom out of my underwear drawer. Do you know what I thought as I walked to the store, among other things?
No.
I wondered how big he was.
Oh, okay, stop. Please, please.
Bigger than me?
Stop, Jack, don't be ridiculous.
Oh, am I out of line?
Yes.
No, I don't think there are any rules that apply here, Karen. There are no rules that work here at all. We get to make our own. You know what else I thought?
I don't want to know.
No, I'll bet you don't.
I really don't.
I thought I might kill you. You think I can?
No.
Why not?
Are you trying to frighten me?
Are you frightened?
No, should I be?
Yes. Why?
I don't know,
Yes,
Jack.
you do.
I don't, I really don't.
Do you love him?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Do you love me?
Yes.
Are you sure? I love you. What do we do? What the fuck are we supposed
I don't
to
know.
do?
I won't see him again.
Yes, you will.
No, I won't.
Oh, come on, Karen. How are you going to avoid him?
I'm not gonna see him. I won't sleep with him.
When did it start?
It didn't start. It didn't start.
How many
I
times
don't know.
have you slept
I don't
with
know.
him? One
I
hand?
wasn't counting, for Christ's sakes.
I wonder if he was.
Why don't you ask him?
I will the next time I borrow the fucking lawnmower.
I thought you were having a drink.
I am.
Why don't you get me one too?
You said you didn't want one.
I want one now.
Okay.
I need to.
You need to what?
I need to take a shower.
Yeah. I don't wear polo.
What?
I don't wear polo.
So what?
This room stinks like polo.
Does it?
You can't smell it?
No.
You probably stink like polo
I
too.
just want a fucking shower.
Were you planning on changing the sheets?
It's Friday.
I know it's Friday.
I always change the sheets on Friday.
And I thought you didn't know what you were doing.
I always change the sheets on Friday, yeah.
Is that his?
Yes.
And how would you explain that?
He wouldn't have been there.
No, I guess it wouldn't, would it? And the sheets would have been clean, and the room would have smelled like Lysol. And that chicken would have been in the oven by the time I got home. But I got home early, thinking we'd rent a movie or maybe go out and see one. And even when I came in and I saw Charlie's car in the driveway first, I thought maybe he came to see me, but he had no way of knowing I was coming home early, now did he? And I walk in and I see that chicken on the counter, chopped up vegetables, but no sign of you or Charlie. Only his beer.
I'm sorry, Jack.
He didn't finish his beer either. You sat at the kitchen table and talked, didn't you?
Yeah. Charlie had a beer.
Did you talk about me? What's a stupid fucking question? Of course you talked about me.
Charlie had a beer. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, he didn't finish his beer either. He had a beer, and then he decided he wanted to fuck you, and you figured it was Friday, and you got to change the sheets anyway. Isn't that right? Are we going to the Wilson's barbecue tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't we go? Just still feel up for it?
Is Charlie going to be there?
I don't know.
Did he say he was going to be there?
No.
No, I guess you didn't talk about the Wilson's barbecue, did you?
No.
You're supposed to bring potato salad, aren't you? It wouldn't be much of a barbecue without potato salad, would it? I guess we should go there.
I think we should. I mean, she's still up for it.
It's up to me.
Yeah.
I wish you were dead. What do you say to
I
that?
don't know. I can't. What do you want me to say?
Nothing?
No, nothing. What else? What can I say?
I love you.
I know you do.
No, that's what you're supposed to say, Karen! Well?
I love you.
Poison.
What?
Poison.
What do you mean?
Once it's in, it's in.
Poison?
Us.
It doesn't have to be, Jack.
But it is.
No.
You remember Ice 9?
Ice 9? No.
The book. Kurt Vonnegut. Cat's Cradle.
No.
One little piece. One little drop. Everything. Everywhere. Frozen.
I love you.
Yeah. Like poison.
Phenomenal, bro. Here you are. I got it. And your hand. Yeah. Nice. Good.
Come on, Jim. Does anybody want to say anything? Finish too? Yep, go ahead.
I haven't seen the movie. I'm not sure where it's from.
It's not a movie. It's a one-act play from the Louisville Playhouse.
Okay.
An in-house writer writing for the
I didn't
actors and repertory there.
Okay. I haven't seen it, and I don't know all the context of the relationship.
You can't see it. It's just a one-act play.
Oh, it's a one act play. Oh, okay. Well, I would say more levels and transitions from your angry to your sarcasm, because I heard a lot of parts where it's sarcastic. Just emphasize on that a little bit more, and I think it'll heighten the scene and the interaction.
Okay. Anybody else? Thank you. I think this scene is what I'm trying to do as an actor. These two actors talking to each other. They were here. It ain't perfect. It's never perfect. But if everything was as good as this, these two actors were, I think, were communicating. it'd be a better place. How do you guys feel?
How do we do on the lines? She knows them better than I do.
We fucked up.
It didn't matter. It didn't really
Yeah,
matter.
no, it felt good. It felt really good.
This had the feeling of real life to me because I was embarrassed and wanted to look away. The whole scene, I felt like looking away. I'm a bit older than some of you in here, and I've been through more maybe in my life. I've been married, divorced, and all this, and this kind of shit happened to me, and it had the feeling of, oh, I've been here before. This is fucked up, because there is no way back in most relationships if this happens. It is over. And I always wanted to tell them, stop yelling at each other. It's over. Pack your shit and leave. You're gonna waste 5 more years trying to fix this bullshit, and it's never gonna work again because she's a fucking cheater, and you'll never trust her again, and you'll never trust him. He says he's gonna kill you. It's over. This relationship is over. And I couldn't hardly watch it. And that's how I know how good it is. And
We conveyed all that. And
yeah, you just did it, you know. And the line to the feeling of, I went to 7-Eleven and bought the fucking ice cream that's already expired. You know, it just feels like real life. And that's what you guys brought to it.
Yeah, very natural.
And it's sad, and it's funny, and it's like life is, in a lot of ways. I want to thank you both. You already did that. I just wanted to say so who's up? Who's next? Who's going to work next? Someone's going to work next. Someone's telling me they're going to work next. Who is it? Don't be shy now that they did that.
What we're actually seeing is the systematic implementation of the fall of the Republic and the rise of the corporation of the United States. Every major event is a step of the ladder to achieve that end. COVID is just another rung of the ladder, which is why there's the deliberate mixing of all the wordplay, right? I mean, we should stop calling it quarantine. That's a term that's designated for people that are verified sick. This is a house arrest, mandated by the state. We should stop calling it social distancing. There's nothing social about forced isolation. We should stop saying safer at home when millions of Americans don't have the basic necessities adequate to fit their needs. It assumes that everybody's home is as equally safe as the people that make those statements. We should stop saying it's for the greater good when you close down the economy, killing millions of businesses that families have worked for generations to establish. That's anything but good. We should stop saying this is the new normal. That's just blatant mind control dribble. There's nothing normal about forced isolation, treating your neighbor like they've got the plague, breathing in your own bodily waste, wearing a mask, living in constant fear, contamination. That's normal. I mean, after all, if the virus is so deadly, why hasn't it wiped out the homeless? Whose doesn't wash themselves, don't have sterile environment. Last year, 1.5 million people died from tuberculosis. Why weren't you wearing your mask during the tuberculosis pandemic? You were endangering public health and safety along with 1 billion other people around the globe. So why weren't you wearing your mask? I'll tell you why. It's because the mainstream media didn't tell you to wear a mask. Is it because 1.5 million people died? There was no tuberculosis pandemic any more than there is a coronavirus pandemic. What we're actually looking at, participating in, is a beta test for AI systems and facial recognition. You see, these cameras, they work best when people are a distance apart. And now that we're actually testing through machine learning how to recognize a face that's partially covered, it's a way to easily determine who's compliant and who's not. Who does the propaganda work on and who it doesn't? Now get this, there's some ironies here. A society that kills millions of babies for convenience has now shut itself down to prevent adults from dying. People that on one hand slaughter babies in the womb by the millions are now preaching about the sanctity of human life. It's fucking crazy, right? Yeah. It's just nuts. It's a
That's good enough, man. That's great. That's great.
yeah, the line's
That's the best you've ever done it.
well,
I think. We got anybody out there? Say anything?
I love the way he laughed. I mean, I love the way he said, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I like that too. It was immediate. I like it because you can hear it. It's compelling. Your ideas are compelling. When you were bigger and bolder, it was hard to hear it.
oh yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think? You could really hear it, right? That came across, like the ideas in it, whether you agree with them or don't agree with them, because it's so much right now. We're living it right now. Whether you agree with them or don't agree with them, you could hear it. And I thought that was really cool. I thought it was compelling before, but it was hard to hear.
Okay.
Keep that in mind. If you wouldn't mind, would you try to do the one about the cock?
All right, I'll try. I mean, I haven't done it for a little bit.
Okay, this is a specific monologue about. Let's see what's
Camera rolling.
changing gears.
Completely.
You can do it. You can do it.
I like to keep a low profile when it comes to my extracurricular activities. I don't need to advertise. I know what I've got, and the ladies know. They know better than me. Hell, I'm not so good looking. Except for one thing, just an average guy. Medium height, medium weight. I never really excelled at anything, especially not at school. And as far as my job goes, they can go fuck themselves. And you know what? I don't give a shit. You know why? Because I've got something that every guy and every woman wants. I'm well endowed. I've got a long, thick, well-shaped cock. Kind the girls die for. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. You know, it's been a while since I've talked about my cock. So I'm not sure if I'm going to remember everything that I'm going to tell you about it, but, you know.
So tell me, Jim,
Yes. Hi. How's it going?
how did you hear about this class?
I used to be Tom Sizemore's driver some time ago. For about 15 years, I drove different people, and he was one of the luminaries I drove. So, through a friend, apparently started a class, and then I reconnected with him. The rest is history, as they say.
Tell me about Jim and James.
On the Jim and James podcast, it's Jim and James in the morning. So I started talking to a friend in the class, and him and I had a lot of similarities. And he has a coffee show in the morning, and I said, why not combine both? And then, maybe some magic can happen. And it turns out we had a lot more in common than we thought we did. And one thing led to another, and now we just dropped our very first kind of a kickoff episode, if you will, and then we're ready to do a second one with actual invites and guests. So it'll be fun, and hope you guys can subscribe. Jim and James in the morning on YouTube, Instagram, and I think we're doing a TikTok. And we jump on board with the TikTok stuff, so and I'm pretty pumped about that.
All right.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for the space, moment.
Okay.
And rolling. So what's going on?
Hey, you're gonna have us both on? I thought you were gonna do him only because he's a star.
Well, listen, if I hadn't met you, I wouldn't even be doing Jim and James in the morning. You know, this is the guy. He already had a podcast. He knows how to do it.
I do. I did have a Juicy Divas Confessions of a Limo Driver, as I had told you guys prior to this interview. I was a limo driver, drove a lot of famous people, and then I met James, and
We clicked. And we decided we could have a good chemistry on. What is all this? I don't even know what that
I don't know. We're
is.
trying to throw signs, so we gotta be
But
careful with that.
yeah, you know, I don't want to get hit. But we decided that we would do great with the podcast.
Absolutely.
And the first one went really well. We called it the kickoff. We have, we're going to tell them about we have a guest that's coming on.
Yeah,
we have a lot of guests
Oh,
coming
yeah,
on.
a lot. Including
Come over here.
Alicia and Marie and a few other people.
No, people don't. They're not going to. We're not going to get anybody to come in. Yeah.
I think
yeah.
Marie's bashful.
Come on.
Okay, where are you guys? Where are you guys right now?
We're at Tom Sizemore's class.
Harvelle.
We just did a scene, and we got some critique from Tom. It's a scene we've done before.
Let them take it away.
And we filmed it. You filmed it, and it's being edited, and we're gonna release it. So you guys are both gonna come on. We can't see Elise right now because he's behind the camera. It's called Poison, and you guys are gonna come on the podcast and talk about it, and we'll show it.
Yep.
I think we're good.
All right, Marie, tell us a little bit about you.
There's nothing to say. I'm studying filmmaking at UCLA. I want to become a director, and I'm excited about my friend's podcast. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on and talking with us.
You guys have something you want to do?
Yeah, we were working on something.
Okay.
Just like a cold read kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we'll just do this.
Okay.
She's like, she's a new actor, and so we're just gonna kind of do it. Waiter, can we get a beer anytime? Cold one, please.
And kind of like doing almost what I would call a scene parallel, which is where you don't necessarily stick to the exact dialogue, but you parallel it to your own personal experiences too. But I'm just gonna experiment, so I'm gonna allow myself, and I'm saying this out loud so I can give myself permission to experiment. So here we go. Let's see where I want to start here. I'm going to start with how I feel. How do I feel? I feel a little tension in my neck. I feel a little warmth in my forehead because I'm a little nervous. There's a lot of people here today. How do I feel? I feel like I don't like this chair. I want to sit a little lower so I can get a little more comfortable. So I'm going to get this chair. She's kind of sitting on the couch. So I'm going to lounge a little bit. How do I feel? I feel grateful to be here. How do I feel? I feel like I haven't lived the easiest life. And so part of the reason why this piece resonates with me in a parallel is it really relates to my father, I think, in some ways, not directly. But, you know, I've witnessed some things at a pretty young age that were pretty hard, I think, for someone to go through. And it's weird because when I look back sometimes, I don't realize how fucked up it is until I say it out loud, if that makes sense. And, but my mom, my mom goes with a passage from Lamentations, and that's a special kind of self-pity. But I'm gonna tell you a little story. We kept birds when I was a kid. Doves, actually. And my mom spent weeks and weeks building like this ridiculous coop outside of our kitchen. Ordered pet doves from the mainland. And when they finally got here, do you know what the first thing she wanted to do was? She wanted to clip their wings. And when she called me over, her 7-year-old daughter, by the way, she told me I had to hold them while she did it. And I asked her why she did it. And she said, so they wouldn't fly away. And she told me, now get this. Again, this is her 7-year-old daughter she's talking to. She said, everyone gets their wings clipped at some point. And I asked her the next question. You know, it's the only question a kid's gonna ask when they hear something like that. I said, Mom, did you get your wings clipped at some point? She goes, oh yeah, the day you were born. The day you were born. And she's holding those clippers. I have this little bird in my hand. And it's cooing in my palm. And I feel it's like a cat purring. And it trusted me. And something came over me. And I let it go. And then she hit me. Her behavior changed. Drinking, yelling, hitting, something more nuanced. Something passive aggressive. But the message behind it was clear. I had ruined her life. But Littlefoot, that baby saved my life. Because I did it. I did what I said what I was gonna do. I ran away at 16. I was gonna be an actress. I was gonna be a star, and I traveled and I lived. And by the time I woke up and the drugs had worn off, I looked up and I had married my mother. At first, he was clingy, and then he was mean. And then he was drunk all the time, and then he hit me. And I knew that posture, I knew it. I would have stayed with him. I would have died in that house. But I woke up one day, and I felt different. I felt sick. And so I took a test. And I saw that little plus sign. And I stared and I stared and I stared. And I packed my bags and I never looked back. I never looked back. There's a little more to the monologue, but I'm just gonna stop there because I don't want
What's that from?
It's from Midnight Mass.
called Midnight Mass.
Yeah, it's a limited series on Netflix. You guys should watch it. It's really, really, really good.
Anybody want to say anything out here?
He's really good.
Anybody got any thoughts? Thoughts, complaints, etc.?
What's
I think you did a really good job, not knowing the material and, it still being in it. When you look down, it didn't take us out of it. It just,
Thank you. I was trying to do that, and I feel like I didn't think I was going to be able to do as much of the material as I actually was, but that's why I wanted to allow myself permission in the beginning to kind of like stop my brain from second guessing itself, if that makes sense. But
Andre?
thank you.
Yes, I was just gonna add, I think the sharing monologue really helped out a lot because kind of had, I don't know your personal life or anything, but your relations, I feel like you had some personal relations to that story a little bit, and we could feel your energy delivered, like with your emotions and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So we were really intertwined into your delivery.
Involved in your emotions, and you can touch them real quick. That's a huge advantage as an actor.
Well, thank you. I feel like I'm still working at it, but that's something I'm working on.
Yeah. Well, I like it a lot. I think you should continue to work on it, and I think you should finish it.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
I want to do because I think it's about twice as long as that.
It's okay. It holds. It holds. And when you do it next time, I know you need how am I feeling in this space and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Try and do that if you can. If you still want to do it, but try and do that before you come up here. Or when you get here, just take a moment and then just do the piece. Do the piece, and try that.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody else here? Something you want to work on?
I was trying to get them on the rush hour.
No, I forgot my
I'm quarterbacking this situation.
You want them to do
Remember they do that rush hour?
Yeah, let's do that.
Real good. Get them up there, man. I'm trying to get
Come on,
out.
let's do it.
You must take me to concert one right away.
Man, just sit there and shut up. This ain't no democracy.
Yes, it is.
No, it ain't. This is the United States of Nouveau Walker now. I'm the president, the king, and the emperor. I'm Michael Jackson UT though. Your ass belongs to me.
And why would they not want my help?
Cause I don't give a damn about you. They don't like you. I don't like you.
I don't care. I'm here for the girl.
The girl don't like you, man. Don't nobody like you. You came all the way out here for nothing. And now you wanna...
Beach Boys. Beach Boys.
Oh, shit. Keep changing the channel. You're changing the channel, right? Who's
Just say it again.
Beach Boys?
Beach
Sorry.
Boys. Oh, hell no. I know you didn't just touch my goddamn radio.
The Beach Boys are great American music.
The Beach Boys gonna get you a great American ass whooping. You ever touch another black man's radio, boy? You do that in China. Out here, you get your ass killed.
What do you suggest?
I'll show you great music. Yeah. You hear that?
Man.
Now that's great American music. Can you do this to the Beach Boys? Can you do this to the Beach Boys? Hell no. See.
That's terrific. You guys are terrific.
What's supposed to be the second song?
That's terrific. That's terrific. What do y'all think out here? You guys like it?
It's really
Yeah, it
good.
was funny.
It's really good.
Go ahead.
Sorry, my bad.
what's your thoughts on pretending to drive a car in a scene? Like, do you think it's just...
I think it works here. I think it works here. It worked for me. It didn't distract me. I think it's a personal choice.
Someone makes an observation, whatever it could be, it's going to be natural, right? So you say something like, what's that, velvet t-shirt? You're wearing a velvet t-shirt.
Sure.
And then, so you repeat what she says. I'm wearing a velvet t-shirt. You're wearing a velvet t-shirt. And you repeat off each other.
Okay.
And then something might change, right? Like another thought will come to your head. And so you say that one naturally, and then that person repeats the new line, repeating. So you start it.
It has to be only what I see Of her, correct?
An observation.
Okay.
You know, whether you feel it, whether you see it, whether you hear it.
My eyeshadow looks nice.
Your hair looks nice.
My hair looks nice. Are we doing it
Color
right?
of
So what you would do is you just keep repeating instead of thinking of what to say. If you don't think about what to say, so you say your hair looks nice.
repetitive until I come
Until if she does.
Okay.
So maybe she'll say something like, you know, you already asked me that. I already asked you that. Oh, you already asked me that. I already asked you that.
All right, I'm starting. Okay.
Go for it.
I miss home.
You miss home?
I miss home.
You just said that.
I just said that.
I like the chains.
You like my chains?
I like the chains.
You like my chains.
Nice hat.
Nice hat.
Nice hat.
You just said that.
I just said that.
What are you doing after this?
What am I doing?
What are you doing after this?
You just said that.
I just said that.
Nice watch.
Nice watch.
Someone else try it. Chuck, you try it with right there. You guys can stay right there. Don't have to come out. You stay right there.
Yeah, cool.
So watch these guys do it. See what happens. I mean, go ahead.
Your boots are brown. Your boots are brown.
My boots are round.
Your boots are brown.
Your boots are round.
Yeah, but your boots are brown.
Your boots are brown.
At 1 o'clock.
Hold on.
Should we start at 1:30? It doesn't seem like anybody gets here till 1:30.
We gotta get her up here before we close out. We gotta get her doing something. I don't know what, but we can't just close as soon as she walks up in the class. She gotta get her. She's got to do something. We got it.
With who?
You're the guy.
I didn't know she was coming.
That was great.